Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara, coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. And today we are going to take a look at Our Beautiful World, color by numbers, compiled by David Woodruffe. And this is obviously a color by number book. It tells us that there are more than 60 images, and they're simply images that celebrate the wonders of our planet. A wide variety of pictures. The inside covers show us what the finished pictures will look like when they're colored. And we have the 28 color palette on a French flap that opens up at the back, which is my favorite way for color by number palettes to be positioned. We have a title page. Mine went blank for a second there. You can color the image here. It even has numbers on it. And again, same thing here. This is a This is interesting. This edition published in 2020. Now this book was published earlier than that. This is the Serious edition, which is part of Enquiries, so it's the British edition. But it says down here, supplier 29, date 12/19, print run $99.95. That makes me think that that's not usually how this information is written, but it's making me think that this is a later printing of something that was published in 2019. Anyways, this book has been published earlier. Again, we have some pictures here that we can color on the introduction page, and then we start right into the pictures. Example, I recognize that one. That's from Nature. So yeah, these images, it's really hard to tell what Enquiries is doing with these books, because the facts that I do know are, well, let me tell you about that in a minute. First of all, the paper in this book is not as good as it used to be, I have to say. This is like Creative Haven paper, I think. Yeah, I'm debating whether it's thinner, but no, I'm going to say it's like Creative Haven paper. And the backs of the pages are a nice clean white. The pictures are framed, which is usually the case with color by number pictures. So, they're not perforated. Now, these books were originally published in 2017 in Britain, and I believe they were published in French as well at the same time. It could very likely be that the French editions came first and then the British ran off of those, but I don't think so. I have issues in my collection which are in English or in French, British publisher, or American publisher. Titles of books can be the same, but the images inside can be different. The titles of books can be different, and yet the images inside are the same. The books, with all the different print runs and the editions, you will find duplicate pages from book to book, not within the same book. So it's very difficult to get a collection of books which all have completely different pictures unless you only buy the ones made in 2017. And then I would only buy them in either French or English. I actually think I've seen one in German. You may be more likely to see them in different languages if you are on one of the European Amazon sites. But stick to the same language, let's say that. I can't tell you any different than English and French, but stick to the same language, buy the 2017 edition, and then that way you will have books with different titles, different covers, and different pictures within each book. But you may be missing some new pictures that get added to these newer editions because there's no way to tell unless you've colored every picture in every book you have and you know by sight which ones you've done. Yeah, it's just going to be quite a feat to remember every picture in every book to not get a duplicate. Honestly, if I have finished one of these books and say I've colored this picture, it's in the happiness book. If I've finished one of these books and then I came to another book and I had the same picture, it wouldn't bother me. It's just the color by number. I'm not really coloring them for the picture. For me, it's just I don't know if it's so much a therapy, but there is some kind of mentalness. There's some kind of wellness going on. Let's say that. There is some sort of wellness that I get from doing this kind of color by number. The pictures in this book are all fairly not easy, but not hard. There's only a few which are like this. The butterfly is detailed. But something like this, the spaces are big, they're spread out. Even with this, they're spread out. There's not really very many tiny spaces. So yeah, I would say that these are medium, simple to medium in this book that I'm seeing. Yeah, so these are going to look really nice. And of course we saw that by, look, well now this picture is in, I don't know where it's in, but I have this picture in another book. So, there we go. Now all that I said about how these books work is not dissing the book at all. It's a wonderful, wonderful series, and they get a lot of pleasure and fun from doing these books. So once again, this is Our Beautiful World, Color by Numbers, compiled by David Woodruffe.